All right, hello everyone. It's Brian Benson here. I'm excited to come to you guys. It's been a little while since we've had a CEO roundup call, and so I'm excited to give a little bit of information to you guys about what's been going on. But before I dive into the presentation that I have presented, I would like to share a little bit about my experience over the last couple months. So I have been traveling from my home for the last 60 days, and there's been some really amazing things that we've done during those 60 days. We had our launch period in early or in mid to late January in Dubai, followed by the Satoshi Roundtable, which was a fantastic invite only conference in Dubai that stressed CEO leadership quality from big institutions. So we had people from BlackRock there, from Binance at the C level. And it was a great time to exchange different ideas about where the industry is going, what the opportunities are, what the struggles are, what the regulatory challenges are. So it was a fantastic time for me to represent Aurum. From there, I headed to Vietnam, where I did an amazing event with the Vietnamese team. Shout out to Phi and Tiger and all the rest of the people in Vietnam. It was an amazing trip. Was met with such warmth and hospitality. I don't know how to repay them for everything that they did. So thank you to the entire Vietnamese team. From there, we went to Consensus in Hong Kong. So we represented Aurum at the official Consensus event, and we also hosted the official after party for the Consensus event, which was a lot of fun. There were some world-class DJs there. We had a great opportunity to network with all the other not only party goers, but the VIP section where there were a lot of different sponsors, and it was really an amazing time. And then from there, I headed to Brazil, where we had a couple events in Brazil, in Sao Paulo, and finally back home here. So it's been a whirlwind for me. Been meeting so many wonderful Aurum people around the world. I'm just humbled by the community that we've been building and the amazing people that this attracts. And so just want to say thank you to everyone that has hosted me or had conversations with me or gone out to dinner with me or in some way interacted with me. I want to thank each and every one of you. It's been a really wonderful start to the year, and I think there's a lot that we can still get out of this. So um, yeah, there's a couple of things that I want to introduce. So that's a little bit about what's been happening at the first part of the year. We have some exciting things coming up also in the later parts of this month and next month. We have some announcements to make that I'll go through here in a little bit. But the Maldives trip is coming very quick. That's the 16th of April. So we're really excited about that. Can't wait to meet everyone there. And then, depending on the situation, we have a wonderful opportunity in the Token 2049 event. So that's going to be really exciting at the end of April as well, beginning of May. So anyway, I'm thrilled. I do have a couple other things that I'd like to mention before I get into the deck. I think that we have, such a unique opportunity here at Aurum, and there's such an amazing amount of dedicated community members that we have here. It's really been blowing my mind, the level of ability that we have to create a strong community. And I think that coupled with the technology is a really powerful thing that is going to take Aurum very far. And we've been working on a lot of different things behind the scenes. We have Shane working on his leadership and training every Monday. Fantastic calls. I've sat in on a few of those, and I've learned something each and every time that I've been there. We have Leo working hard on the exchange, trying to bring as many features live as possible, to trying to get it integrated into as many of the back office systems as we can. And then we also have the Aurum Flow product that we're in the final testing stages of. But what I really want to talk about today, and I'm really excited to announce, is some advancements on the real world asset front. So this is the tokenization of things out in the world, be that real estate, be that gold, be that data centers. We have all sorts of plans for what we want to achieve. But I'd like to share my screen now and show you guys a little bit about what we have coming down the line. And I think you guys are all going to be very excited about this. So give me 1 second to be able to share this, and we'll go ahead and dive into this. So as I mentioned, we are going to be focusing on real world assets. Really excited to be bringing this to you guys. And we've been working very hard in the background to get some of this stuff. And this presentation has been changing up until the last second here. So I want to give you guys as much information as I can, get you guys excited about how we've constructed this product, how we've built it, and show you guys a couple things that we're ready to announce today. So let's get going with it. The RWA, the idea here is that this is a smart way for us to grow and protect our wealth. So this gives us an opportunity to get some of our wealth into assets that are focused on preserving wealth for the long term. And that's kind of what the RWA idea or mentality is, right? If you have your, $10,000 or whatever the number is in the EXAI bot, and every day you're taking out profits from this, a smart thing to do is to diversify the profits on those. So, some people are buying some gold, some people are, investing part of it in real estate. Everyone has a different plan on how they want to manage the risk and how they want to get ahead in life. But one of the things that's important is to have a very smart and methodical way that you can grow and protect your wealth. And so what we'd like to introduce today is one of the products that we're so excited to bring to you is the gold product. And this is AURUM's first standalone product that is investment focused, and that has long-term capital management at its core. So the first asset that we're happy to announce is the gold RWA. And I think we've talked about this in the past. We talked about it at the launch event. But today is the day that we're going to show you exactly how this investment is going to work and what the opportunities are as soon as it goes live in the coming weeks here. So please bear with me as we go through the details. There's a lot of technical stuff here. This should be recorded so that people can refer back to this. But what we're trying to bring to people, as I mentioned in the beginning, is a globally recognized store of value that sits in the AURUM app and platform right next to your EXI bot and your other investment vehicles. So this is allowing people to preserve their economics and their funds and their investments and their portfolios across different economic cycles. So I think we know that the crypto market is quite volatile. The gold market is less volatile, although it's shown some volatility in the past couple months. But we're really excited to bring this on chain. So first of all, let's dive into a couple different things here. First of all, why do we see gold as an important part of this? Well, I think you can look at this chart and understand it for yourself. So since, many, hundreds, if not thousands of years ago, gold has been a very important asset for storing wealth and preserving value. But if we take a look at it from 1971, which was an important year in the world economic scene, the Bretton Woods, where the dollar was decoupled from the gold standard, this is an important era in financial and economic history. But you can see what's happened to gold ever since that happened in 2000. It was up 252 million, 1.4 billion, 1.9 billion. And this growth comes up to 9,700% growth since 1971. So this is a very, very strong asset class. It's got, I think $14 trillion are in gold. And it's one that we want to bring to our users without having to hold physical gold, without having to, have a safe or have a relationship with Brinks to be able to custody your gold, but to have that taken care of by AURUM, by our partners, and have that be something that is going to be available to you with very little downside and very little work on your side. So the recent price dynamics have shown something that's very important, and it's a structural shift actually in gold. In 2024, it was up 28%, but in 2025, which is 65%, it's been the strongest annual return rate that we've seen since the late 70s. So this is really an amazing time to be in gold. And then 85% year over year since January 25. So over the last 12 months running since this was done in January. Now, why are we doing this? And I'm going to get to a pretty exciting announcement here in a couple seconds. But one of the things that we noticed and that we wanted to take part in is the central bank accumulation of gold. And so this has some, some pretty hefty supply dynamics attached to it. But you can see that the numbers are astronomical as to the amount of gold. And this supply, again, is structurally inelastic. It's not able to be moved. It's not able to be leveraged. It's not able to be hypothecated upon or used as collateral in any type of that transaction. And so these factors position gold as one of the most strategic reserve assets with conservative long-term portfolios. And this is something that we've known for a long time, and we've been working on figuring out how to get this token into the circulation of the Aurum community, of the Aurum family. And so you can see here some exciting numbers about central banks. And I'll let you guys take a look at that for a moment. Otherwise, we're really excited to announce something here. So give me 1 second. As you can see here, gold has consistently preserved value throughout cycles. Like I said, thousands and thousands of years. And this is up cycles, down cycles, booms, busts, all times of reforms, all times of systemic shifts. Gold has been a standard bearer for value and for holding of value and for preserving of value. So when currencies lose stability, gold is generally repriced. And a lot of these flows go into gold as a way of transitioning into whatever the next currency or monetary system may be. So this is a reserve asset more than a speculative asset, and that's why we're so excited to bring it to the community. We've seen quite a bit of demand for this. There is a limited supply of gold, and that's something that's very important as it relates to supply and demand dynamics. And we see it as a stabilizing factor for a lot of our users going forward in their long-term portfolios. So yeah, this is pretty exciting stuff, guys. I'm going to show you exactly how we have the token broken down and what the opportunities are for investment in the next couple of slides. But I want to bring on someone, and I want to see if that person is on the call yet. And I'm going to stop sharing here for 1 second and come back to you guys live here. And so we've been working on this project now for quite some time. The gentleman that I'm going to bring on as soon as we get the logistics figured out is a gentleman that's been working in this space for many, many years. He's today in Africa with one of the governments and one of the entities that is partnering with Aurum, and we'll be announcing that here very shortly. But let me see if I can bring him up and let him say hello to the community. So give me 2 seconds. Okay, sorry about that for the technical fusion, folks. While we're waiting for Nick to come in, I think he's getting his privileges right now so that he can come in and be one of the speakers. Let me tell you a little bit more about what the plan is here and how Nick is going to be involved. So Nick, as soon as he comes up, he will say a few words himself. But Nick Patel, who is the founder and one of the chief executives at Clink, is going to be our new partner. We're very excited to announce that Nick Patel will also be joining us on the Aurum Foundation team, corporate team, as the RWA relationship manager. So he will not only help us bring across the line this first gold token that I'll be explaining in a little bit, but he'll also be functioning as a relationship manager going forward for the other RWA platforms that we have. So really excited to work with Nick. Nick has an impressive background in not only in tokenization, but we need to let him in. Okay, Ahmed, if you're listening on the call, would you please let Nick in? I don't have the privilege to do that. So yeah, he has been working for quite a long time in the space, in the RWA space. He's based in.
We need his actual Zoom ID.
Okay, give me 1 second to get that to us. Well, while we're figuring that out, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and show you guys a few more of these of the slides that we had here planned. So bear with me 1 second while I pull this up.
Okay, Nick Patel is in.
Okay. As mentioned, guys, I would like to introduce to you Nick Patel. He is the new RWA relationships manager. Nick, if you're there and can hear me, please say hello to everyone and turn the mic over to you.
Hey, Bryan, thank you so much. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. I'm super excited to be the RWA relationship advisor. Sounds like a matchmaker. In essence, it actually is. Just to give you a quick background about myself, I have been in real world assets, specifically precious metals, more so gold and silver, for the last 2.5 decades. I'm the founder of Bank of Bullion in Dubai. We're one of the largest physical metal sellers out of Dubai. We sell 150 kgs of physical gold daily, and we set up Clink 3 years back. Our sole mission was to tokenize gold for central banks, and for that purpose, we are partnering with AURUM, which we're very excited about. Currently, I'm in Sierra Leone. We are speaking directly with the government of Sierra Leone. We're also speaking to Ghana and Bolivia and some of the countries in West Africa, which I will introduce over the coming months. But yeah, we are super excited to work with AURUM. We know their team have been strategic in doing a lot of good things in the background, and we're hoping this partnership will bring a lot of value, added value for those investing into the RWA space. I can't hear you, Bryan.
Sorry, is that better? Okay. No, I said before I let you go, I wanted to ask you a quick question.
Sure.
You must get a lot of people wanting to partner with you, and I'm just curious what it is that you saw in AURUM that made you interested in partnering with us. I'm glad that you did, but could you give us a rundown on why AURUM?
Absolutely. So first of all, obviously, before we get into any partnerships, taking into account we are working also with governments. We did our due diligence on the board, and quite frankly, you guys have a stellar board. You have a very rounded structure in terms of some of the guys that sit yourself. You've been instrumental with Binance previously, and a lot of your team come with credibility. So for us to find a team that have a huge amount of credibility, a lot of stability in the sense that you guys have created a astronomical community in rather short space of time, it gave us that confidence.
Awesome. Thank you. And what do you see as the future of this? We'll announce a little bit about what we did here, but could you talk about what we've done, up until this point and what you see as the future for the AURUM community? Just want to give people a sort of an idea of what's to come and
Sure.
what the long-term vision is here.
Absolutely. So essentially, what we've created is a way to tokenize the gold of central banks. Now you have the likes of Paxos, you have the likes of Tether G, but nobody in the space of gold tokenization has ever entered any central banks. Nobody has been able to manage the process of entering the doors of a central bank. I've seen the Central Bank of Zambia, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Bolivia, amongst a few other countries. And our strategy was very simple: to create a deep blue ocean strategy to find huge reserves of gold that probably would never get tokenized. And the way we're doing this is very simple. Two things I want to mention, what's really important about how the community will benefit from this. The first part is gold that sits in central banks traditionally is a dormant asset. It doesn't have any interest, it doesn't create any revenue, it just sits in the central bank. But allowing us to create tokens, fractionalizing it, allowing the public to then repurchase gold that is already sitting in the central bank vault, we've created a revenue stream for the government. In turn, we've created a revenue stream for ourselves and with our partners now being AURUM. Why? Because every transaction is moving through the blockchain. Every transaction has a gas fee. Every transaction has a commission. The benefit for the central bank is also massive. We've given them the ability to create a system where they can immediately get taxes, micro taxes, milliseconds. We've given them a system. Let's say, for example, we're working with Ghana right now. They have 40 tons of gold in their vault. We're tokenizing, we hope, around 2 tons. That's 5% of their holding. essentially what happens with this gold is now they're going to receive that money back through the public. All that gold will get allocated back to the public through the ledger, through the blockchain. But most importantly, and this is a new law that, or a new, let's call it legislation that is passing through Basel III, which controls a lot of the world banking system, is if the gold is allocated, you are moving that asset from a tier 3 asset to a tier 1 asset. That means gold is repositioned not as a junk bond or as a tier 3 asset. It becomes the same as cash or treasury bonds. So essentially, not only are we creating money for the government, creating money for ourselves and our community, but we're also basically creating a better financial system for the central banks by shifting the gold from a tier 3 to a tier 1 asset.
That's amazing. And that's the part that I love the most about it. It's not just we're tokenizing a piece of gold that sits in a vault, because like you said, there's already PACs and there's, Tether that have done that. But what we're doing is we're making this gold go to work for the government and in turn sharing on the fees on it. And I think this payment side is really, really brilliant. And I love the way it mixes with what we're doing at AURUM. So thank you, Nick. Any other words that you'd like to share with our community as we welcome you to your new position?
Go for gold, believe in gold. Recently, all these songs were played at an event that I stood up at a couple of weeks ago, and a lot of people ask me, "What's your take on gold, and where do you see it in the next 12 to 24 months?" It wouldn't take a genius to tell you we're not on a downward slide. We might have small blips, we might have sort of peaks and troughs, but gold is well and truly repositioned for a repricing, and we could see it anything between 6,000 and 7,000 over the next 12 to 24 months, potentially higher if there's a lot of unsettlement with war and everything else.
Yeah, well, I think that's a nice short term. What do you think in over like a 5-10 year frame? Just if you had to throw out a number there. I know obviously this is financial advice, and we're not, no one's holding you to this. Just curious what your thoughts are long term.
Look, the last time in the early 20s when FD Roosevelt wanted to reprice gold, it shot up around 60% plus. It was $29 to around $47. Now, the US, with its huge amount of debt, almost 40 trillion, if they need to reposition gold, what's the easiest way? Well, they have 8 million odd ounces or 8,000 tons, give or take. To do that, you need gold between $15,000 and $20,000. So that is a potential over the next 5 to 10 years.
Okay, very cool way to look at it. Well, Nick, thank you so much and welcome to the team. It's exciting to be working with an amazing professional and entrepreneur like you. So I can't wait to get over there to Africa to join you and get into the mines. And I know we're going to show a few things here on these next few slides, but from me to you, thank you for being a part of this with us, and I can't wait to get to work with you. So
look forward to it. Thank you, Bryan.
All right, cheers. Guys, I'm going to go back to sharing my screen, and so we can get through some of the rest of these slides. I don't want to, bore you guys with a long slideshow, but there's some pretty important things here that I want to go over. And as you can see, gold is a very, very amazing opportunity for us. And so let's dive into what we're doing at AURUM. So this is our chance to announce the strategic gold tokenization partnership in Sierra Leone, as we just mentioned. The AURUM Foundation, along with Nick and his company Clink, and the government of Sierra Leone independently, we've entered into an agreement to scale the tokenization of the physical gold in the central bank and expand this gold-backed financial products within the AURUM ecosystem. So this is a really exciting moment for me personally, because we've been working very hard on this. Nick and his team, are literally in Africa in Sierra Leone today. So thank you for coming on the call and for the introduction. And let's talk about what this looks like to us. So the initial investment is 15 million. EcoBank is the partner in this as well. They're supporting the expansion of this gold infrastructure in Sierra Leone. What does this get us? It's 22 to 24 karat gold supply So this is the highest purity African gold that can be sourced, and this is sourced by the Clink gold mining network. Now, this gives us direct access to mining partners, the token that we'll explain in a second. But this is structured sourcing agreements enabling us to physically scale as the demand accrues through the AURUM platform. And what does this mean to you? This is 30% structured acquisition advantage. So through forward supply agreements with gold producers, we're able to get a position that's advantageous to us as AURUM. And the infrastructure that's going to enable this is going to be done through the AURUM ecosystem. And that's exactly what I'd like to show you here. So before I show you that, let me talk about the strategic impact of this partnership, why this is important to AURUM. First of all, I think we've always wanted to have gold-backed financial products here. We understand that this is the most sound form of money when our technology is backed one-to-one by something in the real world, right? So the stable coin is a good example of this. We have the dollar backed one-to-one to this. But even before we had technology, computers and internet and all this stuff, gold-backed money, such as the dollar, many years ago, was a very, very strong play. And so this is something that we've been working on for quite some time. We're also very excited about the strategic pricing advantage. This gives us a little bit of a leg up in offering our gold token and being able to bring yield to our users. The infrastructure is already built in there, so we're able to integrate this fairly seamlessly into the AURUM ecosystem. And the direct gold supply is extremely important to us in that we're able to go directly to the mines to be able to get the gold that we're going to be tokenizing. So the AURUM RWA structure combines the gold-backed asset positioning with the AI-powered income layer. And so the idea here is that when you have $1,000, 500 is going to go into the gold product, 500 will go into our yield-bearing AI products, which is the income layer. And this creates a balanced model for long-term yield generation and capital preservation. And this is what we want to bring to everyone. So this is our chance to announce this to the world, that each investment that gets structured through this product is going to be into these two integrated layers that I said. The first one is gold futures, and it's going to be a half and half thing. And then the second one is the gold futures, which you can see on the right side there. So this is an AI-driven yield pair that's outside of, this is our first non-crypto trading pair, I guess you could say, that we've applied the bots to. And since it's a commodity, since it has less volatility, since it's a much more known entity, I guess you could say, the yields on this are a bit lower than we can get with our EXAI bot. So we've been running this for the last 4 months, and I think we're almost at 35% on the yield on this over that period of time. So it's doing really, really well. We're pretty excited about the performance of this product. And this is how it works, right? So the first half is the discounted gold futures. We get the 12-month gold future structure that allows us to buy gold at a discount. And we can get this at a discount to what the market conditions are allotting for the gold. So at the end of the contract term, the investors may choose to either redeem for physical gold, which will be available in Dubai, or receive this tokenized gold through the AURUM ecosystem. And so this is a great way for you to gain access to the gold investment while you're also gaining yield on two different sides. So pretty cool. And then the second part of this, the other 50% is going into the AI-driven yield execution. So this is our XAUT, or our gold token traded against USDC, so the US-based stablecoin. And again, the target yield here is 10% a month. Right now, we're averaging in between 7 and 10%. And the strategy testing results, as I mentioned, over the last 4 months, we've been able to hit 35% cumulative return during this testing phase. So we're pretty happy launching this now. It's an active income layer, we're calling it. So the RWA structure has 50% investor capital allocated in the AI trading and 50% into the futures contract. So it's the gold futures contract, excuse me. So it's really an exciting way for you to have exposure to gold while also having an upside. And that's what this bot can bring to you. So again, I'm really, really excited about how this works out. Here are the packages that we can offer. And we're going to go through a few of these. Not going to go through them all in depth here, but as you can see, we also have a revenue split as we do with our EXI bot and our other products. So at the optimal level, you have 75 to 25% split through the company and the client, and it goes on down in the most basic one to 60/40. So yeah, this is pretty exciting. If you go up to the ultimate side, you can see it's modeled very, very similarly to the EXAI bot revenue share between company and client. So if you get up into that highest tier, which is the ultimate here on the bottom line, then you can see that you're getting 95%. So this is a wonderful opportunity for people to get involved in the RWA space, to get involved in a yield-bearing RWA. This is a pretty unique one. So let's give you an example of what $1,000 USDT looks like into the RWA investment. First of all, you'd get in with 500 into the discounted gold futures and 500 into the AI-driven yield execution. And what this does for you is it gives you a balanced strategy that combines the active yield generation with the long-term discounted gold ownership. So 500 and 500, one of them is making between 7 and 10%, and this is 70/30 at this split for the investor to the company. And then the other one is accruing actual gold for you during this same period. So again, this is a very exciting product. We'll be rolling it out very, very shortly, and it'll be open to all of those that have an active user ID inside of the AURUM platform. So as a result of this structure, what our partners and our clients receive is two different things, right? One of them is access to gold. One of them is access to yield using gold as a collateral for investment and for trading. So, but what this also does for you is it gives you structured monthly income based on this gold trade, and it gives you assets plus income allocation, which is the hybrid model that we've been really excited about. We're working on this with our real estate product. We're working on it with our gold product, and we're excited to be able to announce that we have this sort of portion of it figured out, and we're ready to be launching it. So this is all that I want to share with you from the presentation standpoint. I'll stop sharing my screen and I'll go back to the video here. But as you can see, we're working very hard behind the scenes here at AURUM from the corporate team to be adding the very best people. Nick, again, thank you for being here with us today. Really, really appreciate that. But this should be going live. I don't want to give an exact date, but we're really, really close to being able to launch this. And so I'm just so excited to be able to come on and to share this with everyone on the call. We have a lot of people here, over 1,000 people listening right now. And I know that everyone has been sort of anxious about when are the RWAs going to launch? What's the first one going to look like? How's it going to be structured? What is it going to really mean? And what is it going to really do? And so I hope with this conversation here today, we've answered a lot of your different questions. I think it's an amazing opportunity to get involved in something that's really unique in the market. I've been around this industry for 8 years, and I've not seen anything like this. And I think it's really a testament to our team, to the builders that are putting this together, and also to Nick's vision to be able to have as a partner with Clink and with the things that they're doing across, not only Africa, but around the world, in Bolivia and South America and some other jurisdictions. So from my side, that's everything. I want to thank each and every one of you guys. Without the community, without the leaders on these calls, none of what we're building is possible. We're building technology products for you guys so that you can build businesses, so that you can live better lives, and so that you can improve the finances for those around you and for yourselves. And that's really what AURUM is all about. And this is another step in the direction of giving people financial freedom and security that they most need in markets that can be a little bit scary sometimes for us to navigate alone. And so that's what AURUM's here to do, is to have everyone be in the best hands possible, to have everyone be comfortable with the level of investment that they have, the level of involvement that they have, not only with the crypto world, but also with assets outside of the crypto and the digital asset space, such as gold, such as the real estate, such as data centers and other tokenized products that we have coming online. So I want to thank everyone here. I want to thank Ahmed for setting everything up and being a part of this as well. I want to thank Nick and all of our marketing team for all the hard work that you guys are doing. And I'd like to thank our tech team. At the end of the day, these guys are amazing and putting out good products. and shipping right on time the products that we need. So thanks to everyone involved here, but more than anything, thanks to our community. Thanks to each and every one of you out there listening to this, each and every leader that works long hours, that stays up late at night. I know guys know who you are. And keep up the good work. We're very, very grateful from the corporate team for all of the amazing leaders that make everything that we're doing at AURUM possible. So with that, I'll sign off. I want to thank everyone again one last time, and wish you all an excellent rest of your week, and a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever it is you may be. So thank you. That's all from my side. I'll be shutting down the room now. So cheers, everyone. Bye-bye.